Every holiday season, several of my friends and my husband ask, "Hey, are you going to make that chocolate peanut treat? I want some." Coming up, I'll share my favorite fast go-to chocolate recipe. You won't believe how easy it is.
They're back. ProCare Health's customer favorite calcium dark chocolate bars are now available online at procarenow.com. Creamy chocolate plus calcium and vitamin D. You'll love them. Use code Susan10 to save 10%.
Hi, I'm registered dietitian nutritionist Dr. Susan Mitchell. You're listening to the Bariatric Surgery Success podcast, episode number 77. Most of my career, I worked in the media from radio to TV, did morning drive spots over 18 years. So I've always loved radio, and that's really how I started podcasting. And I podcasted at the radio station and then had several podcasts, including Beyond Bariatric Surgery, that became Bariatric Surgery Success. That's what we have today. And I always try to provide life-changing information based on science, using simple strategies and tools. I want you to be successful. I want you to enjoy your journey. You've made a big decision. So happy you've connected with me. You're in the right place. I'm glad you're listening. We're just a few weeks away from a fresh new year. Can you believe it? Be sure and sign up now for my weekly Breaking Down Nutrition newsletter. You're going to be the first to know about new freebies, upcoming courses, and we have a new course coming up in the new year, tips, product discounts, and of course, the latest podcast episode. It's super easy to sign up. You can do it on my homepage. That's breakingdownnutrition.com. And while you're on the homepage, join me in the Facebook group. It's private, the Bariatric Surgery Success community. You'll see the join button on my homepage as well. We have a really good group, lots of conversation, lots of discussion about tough topic. Okay, did you already ask yourself, can I have chocolate? I hope you answered yourself yes and remembered, when I'm down the track from surgery, according to Dr. Susan, I can have small amounts of the foods I love. And that's going to include some chocolate. Plus, chocolate has health benefits. Do you remember what they are? There's several, you'll be happy to know. The naturally found flavonoids in chocolate may improve blood flow, reduce blood pressure, and lower that lousy or LDL cholesterol. And I bet you never thought that chocolate is a source of fiber. Who knew, right? The undigested fiber in cocoa is broken down in the gut and can be combined with prebiotics to produce anti-inflammatory compounds. So even after bariatric surgery, when you're back to eating regular food in smaller portions, that's my goal for you, you'll likely have the desire for chocolate. So what to do? It depends on you. If you skip chocolate, are you okay with that? If so, fabulous. Or do you feel you have denied yourself something you really love? And what happens if you continually deny this desire for chocolate? In my experience, it's not unusual to surrender and eat way more than if you've allowed yourself that small piece when you wanted it. There's a lot more information in episode 40. So if you missed it, go back and listen on the 3 surprising health benefits of chocolate. The link will be in the show notes. It goes into depth on dumping syndrome, ingredients you don't want in your chocolate, etc. But for now, let's make chocolate peanut crunch clusters. So easy. One of my college roommates shared this recipe with me years ago, and it's become a family and friend favorite, as I mentioned. My favorite part, only 3 ingredients. Did you catch that? Only 3 ingredients. Here's what you need. A half a cup of natural peanut butter, creamy or crunchy, 2 cups of dark chocolate chips or chunks, and 2 cups of unsalted or lightly salted dry roasted peanuts. That's it. I use natural peanut butter, meaning it contains peanuts or peanuts and salt only, and typically doesn't have extra ingredients added that I don't want. 2 of my favorite dark chocolates are Whole Foods 365 dark chocolate baking chunks and Guittard extra dark chocolate baking chips. There are a lot of other good chocolates. Those are just 2 that I found around here that work really well and taste divine. If you prefer milk chocolate, that works too. But you want to use really good quality chocolate because there are only 3 ingredients. I prefer to rough chop the peanuts by hand, but if you want to rough chop in a food processor, that's easy and it's fast. Okay, now there are only 3 steps. So 3 ingredients and now 3 steps. Number 1, combine the peanut butter, that half cup. I use crunchy, but if you like creamy, totally fine. And the chocolate chips. So combine the peanut butter, chocolate chips in a large microwavable bowl. Then microwave 30 to 40 seconds at a time and then stir. And do that until it's melted. And so you want to stir to blend the chocolate and the peanut butter together. And then when it's melted and blended together, step number 2, stir in those chopped peanuts. And then step number 3, spoon the mixture onto parchment paper or wax paper on trays that you can put in the refrigerator. So you have to look at the size of your fridge and how you want to do that. About a tablespoon at a time. That'll make a nice little size. And then chill in the fridge until they're firm. That is it. These are yummy and they make great gifts. I do these every Christmas, but I also make them for Valentine's Day or Easter. And then sometimes my hubby says, will you just make those for my birthday? So you can tell they have become a favorite. I find since I live in Florida that these keep better in the fridge. They freeze well too, so I do that often. You can certainly leave them out on the counter, but if it's warm, the chocolate may be a little soft to the touch, but that's your choice. I have a 1-minute video on how to make these chocolate peanut crunch clusters. I'll link to it in the show notes, but it's on the website as well. That's breakingdownnutrition.com. Under recipes. Tell me if you make these and how your friends and family like them. Post your photo on Facebook or Instagram and tag me. It's at Dr. Susan Mitchell. Before I go, did you check out my latest freebie? If you need a festive meal plan for the holidays, go get this one. The meal plan comes complete. It has an appetizer, an entree, a side, and a dessert, plus the recipes and color photos of each recipe. So you can pick and choose whatever you like. It's available now to the end of December, and it's also on my homepage, breakingdownnutrition.com. The holidays are a wonderful time of year. Part of the celebration is taking care of you and being good to you. That allows small portions of chocolate treats. Remember, you're worth it.
Bariatric Surgery Success with dietitian Dr. Susan Mitchell is produced and owned by Practicalories, LLC. All rights reserved. Remember, the content provided on this podcast is for information purposes only and doesn't create a patient-provider relationship. It's intended to provide reference material and is not designed to provide medical advice. Please consult your healthcare provider regarding any medical issues you have relating to symptoms, conditions, diseases, diagnosis, treatments, and side effects. Podcast guests express their own opinions, experience, and conclusions which do not necessarily reflect or agree with the host, Dr. Susan Mitchell or Practicalories, LLC.